HOA Karen's obsession with controlling my property reached a peak when I discovered that she had sold my 12,000-acre ranch behind my back. Or at least, she tried to. Apparently, she thought that by manipulating paperwork and convincing a few local officials of her authority, she could transfer ownership of the property. What she didn't realize was that I had anticipated her every move and was prepared to execute the ultimate revenge. It all began with a letter from the county clerk, suggesting that certain documents had been filed in her favor. Karen was gleeful, convinced that she had pulled off the heist of the century. She strutted around the HOA office, waving the paperwork as if she had just won the lottery. "I've done it!" she exclaimed. "This ranch is mine." Meanwhile, I was already in motion. I had anticipated this attempt, kept duplicate copies of every deed, and had filed a counterclaim proving beyond any doubt that she had no legal authority whatsoever. While she was celebrating in the HOA office, my attorney sent a certified notice to all parties involved, invalidating the fraudulent transaction before it could take effect. Karen, oblivious to what was happening in real time, continued her victory lap, calling neighbors and boasting about her accomplishment. That's when the fun began. I decided it was time to make her humiliation public. I sent a formal announcement to the county, the HOA, and even a few local news outlets, exposing the attempted fraud and reaffirming my sole ownership of the ranch. The result was immediate and spectacular. Karen went from triumphant to red-faced fury in under 10 minutes. Her calls to officials were ignored. Her allies fled once they realized the legal implications, and she was left standing alone in her office, clutching the worthless papers like they were evidence of some great achievement. But I wasn't done. As part of my ultimate revenge, I held a ceremonial ranch reaffirmation event. Neighbors, friends, and even a few intrigued local journalists attended as I officially declared that the ranch was legally, unquestionably, and entirely mine. I even had a few balloons, a banner, and a couple of cows wander through the crowd for added drama. Karen was invited, but only as an observer, forced to watch her victory evaporate before her eyes. By sunset, the paperwork, the publicity, and the legal reaffirmation had cemented the truth. HOA Karen had tried, and spectacularly failed, to take what was never hers. She left muttering under her breath, a shadow of her former self, while the ranch remained calm, peaceful, and fully under my control. Later that evening, I walked the grounds, checking fences, gates, and livestock. The cows grazed lazily, the sun dipped behind the hills, and I reflected on the day's events. Karen had overreached again, but this time her mistake had been monumental. She had attempted fraud, humiliation, and control, and in every single way she had failed. The lesson was clear. No amount of arrogance, self-righteousness, or HOA paperwork could ever overcome the combination of preparation, law, and ownership. My ranch, my legacy, and my peace remained untouchable. And HOA Karen had learned a very expensive lesson in humility.